What if I told you the Cleveland Browns just made one of the smartest decisions in franchise history, and nobody's talking about it? Yeah, you heard that right. While the rest of the NFL is obsessed with flashy headlines and blockbuster trades, Cleveland is playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. And Browns Nation, what's about to unfold could define this team for the next decade. So buckle up, because this is going to blow your mind. Let me paint you a picture. It's the NFL offseason, right? The time when every team is supposedly one big move away from greatness. The rumors are flying, the talking heads are screaming, and everyone's got an opinion about who's going where. But here's what's really happening behind the scenes in Cleveland, and trust me, this is the kind of move that separates contenders from pretenders. The Browns have officially drawn a line in the sand regarding Deshaun Watson. And before you jump to conclusions, hear me out, because this is way bigger than you think. Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski, the masterminds running this operation, have made it crystal clear. They're not chasing Watson. They're not making desperate phone calls. They're not mortgaging the future for a quick fix. Instead, they're doing something that requires guts, vision, and an unshakable belief in what they're building. They're sticking with their guys. Now, I can already hear some of you. Wait, what? Watson's got elite talent. Why would we want that? And look, I get it. Watson's name carries weight. He's got the highlight reel, the stats, the whole package on paper. But here's what separates good organizations from great ones. Great organizations don't chase every shiny object that rolls by. They build. They develop. They trust the process. And right now, that's exactly what Cleveland is doing. Kevin Stefanski has been preaching this gospel since day one. Chemistry, consistency, growth. These aren't just buzzwords he throws around in press conferences. This is the foundation of everything the Browns are constructing. In today's NFL, you can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have that locker room cohesion, if you don't have players who believe in each other and the system, you're just another team that flames out in January. Stefanski knows this. Barry knows this. And now, they're betting the house on it. Let's break down why this confidence isn't blind faith. It's calculated. It's strategic. And it's backed by some serious firepower. First off, let's talk about that offensive line. We're not just talking good here, people. We're talking elite, top-tier, cream-of-the-crop protection. When your quarterback, whoever he is, has time to operate, magic happens. You can scheme around a lot of things in football, but you can't scheme around a collapsing pocket. Cleveland doesn't have that problem. And then there's Nick Chubb. Let me tell you something about having a running back like Chubb. It changes everything. When you can pound the rock like Cleveland can, when you can control the clock, wear down defenses, and set up those play-action bombs, you're not just playing football. You're dictating the terms of engagement. Chubb isn't just a weapon. He's a game plan. He's a statement. And he's the kind of foundational piece that makes average quarterbacks look good and good quarterbacks look great. Defensively, this team has been quietly building something special. The secondary is gelling. The pass rush is improving. They're aggressive, they're disciplined, and they're hungry. This isn't a team that needs to outscore opponents 42-38 every week. They can win different ways. They can play physical. They can grind you down. That's the mark of a complete team, and it's exactly what championship squads are made of. But here's the real kicker, and this is where it gets interesting. The quarterback situation. Yeah, I said it. Now, before you panic, let me explain why the Browns' confidence here isn't crazy. They've been developing their young signal callers. They've seen glimpses. They've watched these guys make throws that make you sit up in your seat. More importantly, they've designed an offensive system specifically tailored to maximize whoever's taking snaps. That's not luck. That's smart football. Think about what this decision really means. Cleveland is telling the entire league, we're not desperate. We're not panicking. We know who we are, and we know where we're going. That's the kind of organizational maturity that wins championships. Quick fixes? Those are for teams without a plan. The Browns have a plan. They've got a vision. And they're committed to seeing it through, even when the noise gets loud and the pressure mounts. Here's something else that's flying under the radar. This approach is becoming a trend among the smartest teams in the NFL. Patient development, internal growth, building through the draft. These aren't old-school ideas. They're winning formulas in the modern game. Look at the teams that sustain success year after year. They're not the ones making splashy headlines every offseason. They're the ones quietly developing players, building chemistry, and creating a culture where everyone's invested in something bigger than themselves. By passing on Watson, Cleveland is making a statement about their young quarterbacks. They're saying, "We believe in you. This is your show. Now go prove us right." That kind of organizational support? That's invaluable. It builds confidence. It creates competitors. It develops leaders. You can't buy that with a trade. You have to cultivate it, nurture it, and believe in it even when it's uncomfortable. And let's talk about the bigger picture for a second. Without the distraction of chasing a high-profile quarterback, what can Cleveland do? They can focus on filling holes. They can add playmakers on the perimeter. They can bolster that defense even more. They can continue stockpiling talent that fits their system and their culture. That's how you build a roster that can compete not just this year, but for the next 5, 6, 7 years. That's sustainability. That's smart football. The current roster is already loaded with pieces that should excite every Browns fan. Chubb is a superstar, plain and simple. That offensive line is a quarterback's dream. The defense is trending upward fast. These aren't hypotheticals. This is real, tangible talent that's already on the team. Add in some strategic draft picks, maybe a free agent or two who fits the culture, and suddenly you're looking at a squad that can go toe-to-toe with anyone in the AFC. So what does all this mean for the upcoming season? It means the young quarterbacks are going to get their shot. Real reps, real opportunities, real pressure. And you know what? That's exactly what they need. Development doesn't happen on the sidelines. It happens in the fire, in the moment, when everything's on the line. Cleveland is giving these guys the ultimate vote of confidence, and now it's up to them to deliver. Will it work? Look, nothing in the NFL is guaranteed. But here's what I know. This team has the pieces. They've got the coaching. They've got the plan. And most importantly, they've got the patience to let it develop the right way. That's rare in this league. That's special. And for Browns fans who have been through the ups and downs, who've seen the carousel of quarterbacks and the revolving door of schemes, this should feel like a breath of fresh air. This isn't about settling. This isn't about giving up. This is about believing in something bigger. It's about building a team that can sustain success, not just catch lightning in a bottle for one season. The Browns are thinking long-term, and in a league obsessed with instant gratification, that takes courage. As this offseason rolls on, keep your eyes on how these young quarterbacks develop. Watch how the roster continues to evolve. Pay attention to the chemistry that's building. Because if this strategy pays off, and there's every reason to believe it will, Cleveland isn't just going to be good. They're going to be a problem for the entire AFC for years to come. So Browns Nation, here's my question for you. Are you all in on this approach? Do you trust the vision that Barry and Stefanski are building? Or are you still wishing they'd made that splash move? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now, because I want to hear what you're thinking. And hey, if you're loving this kind of deep dive Browns content, do me a favor. Smash that like button and subscribe to Browns Breakout so you never miss an update. We're building something special here too, just like our team. The Browns are making moves with purpose. They're building with intention. And they're doing it the right way. That's not just good football. That's championship football. The foundation is set. The pieces are in place. Now it's time to watch it all come together. This is the beginning of something big, Cleveland. Trust the process. Believe in the vision. And get ready, because the Browns are about to show the entire league what patient, strategic team building looks like when it all clicks. This is our time. This is our moment. And it starts right now.